Now, the high-stakes US-Russia talks on ending the war in Ukraine have failed to yield a breakthrough. The Russian President Vladimir Putin met with the American Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and the American President Donald Trump's son-in-law Jared Kushner in the Kremlin after earlier signaling his forces were ready to achieve Russia's initial war goals. And after the meeting, the Kremlin aide Yuri Ushakov said that peace is not closer in Ukraine. Ushakov also said that initial US plan has been broken down into 4 parts, which was discussed during the 5-hour meeting. He noted that the sides had failed to reach a compromise on one of the most difficult issues, and that is territorial dispute.
So far, a compromise hasn't been found. Some of the American proposals seem more or less acceptable, but they need to be discussed. Some of the wording that was proposed to us doesn't suit us. So, the work will continue.
Jared Kushner and Steve Witkoff were present when Putin with the new version of the US plan, which has been hammered out after the initial version had raised fears in Kiev and elsewhere in Europe that it made way too many concessions to Moscow. Now, Putin has demanded that Kiev should surrender territory. Moscow says it is its own. On Tuesday, Putin claimed that the eastern Ukrainian railway hub of Kupiansk has been under Moscow's troops' control for many, many weeks. Now, speaking to journalists shortly before a meeting with Steve Witkoff, Vladimir Putin said that in a few days' time, Russia will also capture Kupiansk Yuzvolie, another Ukrainian settlement south of Kupiansk along with the Oskil River.
I think there are 2,000 buildings there. There's fighting going on there. 600 buildings, somewhere around 1,000 already. 650 are in the hands of the Russian army. We are advancing. I think we'll take that settlement too in a few days. That's another settlement.
The Russian Defense Ministry has also released a video. It shows the troops and explosions in Zeleny High, a settlement that news agencies side the ministry say has been captured. Just a day ago, Putin had threatened to sever Ukraine's access to the sea in response to the drone attacks on the tankers of Russia's Shadow Fleet in the Black Sea. And as Russia continues with its offensive, Putin has accused Ukraine's European allies of sabotaging the US-led efforts to end the war that has gained momentum in recent weeks. The Russian leader has accused Europe of amending peace proposals with demands that are absolutely unacceptable to Russia, thus blocking the entire peace process, only to blame Russia for it. He's also warned that if Europe wants war, then Russia is definitely ready for it.
We're not going to have a war with Europe, I've already said. But if Europe suddenly wants to wage a war with us and starts it, we are ready right away. There can be no doubt about that.
A Ukrainian delegation could also meet with Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner on Wednesday after their meeting with Vladimir Putin in Moscow. A senior Kiev official told AFP that Ukraine does not rule the meeting out and is ready to meet them, adding that talks could be held in Brussels, but there is no clear agreement. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said that there is no simple solution to the war. He also repeated his country's insistence that Kiev should take part in the peace discussions and that clear security guarantees should be agreed upon, such as NATO membership, a move that has long been opposed by Russia. Meanwhile, Trump said that the war in Ukraine was a bit of a mess and not an easy situation to resolve in his final cabinet meeting of 2025.
We're trying to get that settled. I've settled 8 wars. This would be the 9th. And our people are over in Russia right now to see if we can get it settled. Not an easy situation, let me tell you. What a mess. It's a war that never would have happened if I were president. Not even a chance. And it didn't happen for 4 years.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.